Hey everybody, Riker Rider here, and I bring you one of the most hotly anticipated projects on the channel to coincide with one of the most hotly anticipated games to be released this year. Everybody's been looking forward to this since I announced it in the spring, and I've been meaning to do this for a while, since about 2009, but I feel that this is an appropriate time given the XY hype. This is Pokémon Colosseum for the GameCube. This is probably the most difficult traditional Pokémon game in existence. I'm not going to be touching battle mode at all during the Let's Play because the beginning Colosseums are essentially a snooze fest, and the upper tier Colosseums wouldn't be so bad if the AI in this game wasn't just brutally designed. So we're going to be doing just story mode, but story mode is a mess in this game. And this name, if anyone has known me outside YouTube, should be a surprise to no one. Now, one thing you will quickly notice about Pokémon Colosseum and Pokémon XD, which I might do a Let's Play of later, is that the story in these two games is very dark compared to the portable titles. I remember when this game was released in, I believe, 2003, the graphics and the concept for this game just blew my mind. Wow, just how awesome everything looked. That's your main character. The guy driving away on the bike is your main character. There's nothing anywhere near this grand or this exciting in any of the portable Pokemon games, and I really like the approach that this game takes to its story, to its characters, and quite frankly, its difficulty. Just because it has Pokemon in the title doesn't mean this game is going to be easy. This game will kick your ass several ways. I've been playing the series since Red Blue came out in 1998. In the original Red Blue, I wiped out twice. And that was when I really didn't know what I was doing as a trainer. And in this game, my first time through, I think I wiped more times than that on the first major boss. I believe the Ore region, which is where this game takes place, is supposed to represent the North American desert area, like Arizona and New Mexico, and even a little bit beyond the border. Now, one thing you guys will have to keep in mind if you've been playing Pokemon recently is that this is 3rd generation, so all the 3rd generation rules take place. So if things sound weird when I'm evaluating Pokemon in the game, that'll be why. Because this is before the attack characteristic split. Read, this is before each individual move had its own physical or special. This was when types were associated with physical special. And even the battles in this game look awesome, as you'll see. Now, one thing you will quickly notice about this game is that there are no single battles. Every single NPC battle, just every battle in this game is doubles. So you'll have to rethink your strategy. You won't be able to play this like a lot of people play their Pokemon games the first time, just going through with 1 or 2 powerhouses. That's not going to work. Another thing you will notice is that you get level 25 mons to start with. This game does not screw around. These guys are pretty easy to take out. All you have to do is gang up on one of them, and you should be able to take it out in the first round of combat, and just repeat this process for the second one. I'm going to be evaluating the 2 starting Pokemon in a bit. Probably after the battle goes on during the cutscene. I do have plans to nickname every Pokemon I plan on using. However, you don't get the chance to nickname your Pokemon until at least several hours into the game, for reasons that you will see probably a couple of updates in the future. I'm not going to be showing every trainer battle, but I am going to be showing highlights from the regular trainer battles, and I am going to be showing full battles with select trainers. If you've played the game before, you would understand. One thing you may notice is I'm also going to be doing some narration with text on the bottom. So Espeon and Umbreon are your 2 starting Pokemon, and being evolutions, they do have very strong base stats, but I don't like Umbreon for any kind of single-player mode. And the reason why is because it's very defensive-oriented. It's useful for a couple of things, like catching mons, but I try to get Umbreon out of my team as quickly as possible. It starts with... I'll just go ahead and... After we do some stuff in Phoenix City, I'll just go in the menu and show everybody what it learns. Well, not what it learns, but what its starting moveset is and what it learns. Now, one thing you may remember from the opening cutscene is how the main character stole a whole bunch of equipment and blew up a base of operations of some kind. That base is the main criminal team in Pokémon Colosseum, Team Snag'em. If you think like Team Rocket, Team Aqua, Team Magma, and all the other teams from the Game Boy games were criminal, you haven't seen anything yet. You'll see just how dark this game is. I'm actually kind of surprised that this game got an E rating with all the... with all the plot points that are in it that maybe would not be suitable for a younger audience. I don't think the sequel is quite as dark, but that's for another project, and that, if I do it, it probably won't be until late 2014. Now, because the series is popular enough, I'm pretty much going to assume that all of you have played a Pokemon game before. If you haven't, I'll try to answer questions via private messages and video comments. Whismur is like in the starter area, so it should be no surprise. I'm pretty sure a kidnapper is worse than a robber. Wonder why only the MC can undo the knot. And if I say MC, I mean main character. It's an abbreviation that's used in the Shin Megami Tensei games, and I'm currently playing through Nocturne on stream. And I do plan on playing Shin Megami Tensei 4 on stream as well. And I don't don't think there's any real significance to Oh. I do need to actually switch case. And this name should surprise no one either. Oh. This game's pacing is not exactly the greatest either. And Pokémon Colosseum, once you know what you're doing, is actually a fairly short RPG. It's just lengthened by the length of battle animations. Unfortunately, there's no way to speed battle animations up, which is the main reason why I'm editing so much. Why I'm going to be editing so much stuff out, and the episodes are going to. The episode lengths might be weird from time to time because I don't know how much stuff I have to edit out. And by a while, do you mean the entire game? Now, she doesn't do anything for you yet, but what she'll do is going to be evident in probably a couple of hours. Anyway, I was going to go over the capabilities of the starting Pokemon. I've said before I don't like Umbreon. Its only attacking move is Bite. And you have to remember that Bite is special in this game. And with the lower special attack, it'll do very little damage. Because Dark moves were special for some reason, even though most of the Dark-type moves were physical. Secret Power has a random effect depending on where you what area you're in the game. Taunt forces the opponent to use only attack moves, and Snatch steals non-attacking moves. I don't like it. A lot of these moves are just niche. As it levels up, probably the most useful move it learns is Confuse Ray, and that's Confuse Ray comes at level 30. It's very useful crowd control. It's a 100% accuracy confusion move. It learns Feint Attack at 36, which is basically Bite, but it can't miss. Mean Look is completely useless in this game. Screech at 47, Moonlight at 52, just no good attacking moves. I would get Umbreon out of the team as fast as possible. Espeon, on the other hand, has a fantastic moveset. It's quite a powerhouse, especially at this point in the game. Espeon is going to be how you're doing most of your damage, and you're going to need to actually be careful with it. You pretty much won't be able to use any of its attacking moves when you try to use Mons, or try to weaken Mons for capture. Confusion is a pretty standard Psychic-type attack, 20% chance to inflict confusion. Return deals more damage based on how much the Mon likes you. Reflect actually no, it reduces damage by 25% because it's a double battle. Normally Reflect reduces physical damage by 50%, but because it's a double battle, it will only reduce it by 25%, but it affects your whole team. And Helping Hand raises the power of your partner's move by 50%, I believe. I personally don't like it. Level 30, it gets Swift, which is an area of effect normal attack that cannot miss. It would be useful if we used 4th generation rules, where Swift is a special attack, but no. Level 36, Espeon gets Psybeam, which is a more powerful version of Confusion. Psych Up at 42, which copies stat ups. It gets the Almighty Psychic, which is one of the most powerful psychic attacks in the game, at level 47. And it gets Morning Sun at 52, which is a recovery move. I like Espeon. The only issue that I have with using it is that it's very strong in the early game and very strong in the late game, but Espeon really is lackluster in the mid game. So you'll be rewarded if you can keep using it towards the end of the game. But unfortunately, no. I don't think I'm going to use it because I think you get better options towards the end of the game. Who's that guy? That's kind of creepy. Also, your outfit is really creepy. It looks like you came straight out of a haunted house. That's where the mayor is. And of course, the mayor's fat, just like every other politician. Have one too many steak dinners there? What would that be? That's peculiar. That's actually... Well, you know, depending on how they're raised, Pokemon can attack people on command, but Pokemon attacking people on their own, like trained Pokemon attacking people without the trainer's consent, that's something you don't hear of. Now, wilds will attack people. And if you've heard stories about the various tabletop campaigns I've ran a Pokemon game before, and my players did not like me. Of course, I'm not allowed to run games anymore because I've gotten too many ideas from Shin Megami Tensei. Whenever the TV is flashing, there's a new news story. Wait, what? Why is this... Okay, sorry about that. Anyway. Every city in the game, except for one, has a stadium or coliseum in it. But we're not going to head there right now. As a matter of fact, this episode is running a little bit long, so I think I'm just going to cut it here. We're going to head to the pre-gym, the only gym in all of Ore, next time on Pokémon Colosseum. And I'll see you guys later.